Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. $203 million star labeled as top trade target for Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers are looking to make another push toward another NBA title this year. The team has started the season off well, but if they want to truly contend, the front office will likely need to execute a big trade ahead of the February deadline. Los Angeles has plenty of holes along the roster, mainly in the front court and on the wing. But the team has also been connected to multiple star players as they try to build a more competitive roster. More Lakers land star Paul George and blockbuster mock trade proposal. Greg Swartz of Bleacher Report put together a list of prime trade targets for each NBA team. For the Lakers, Charlotte Hornets star guard LaMelo Ball was listed. Ball would present the Lakers with a third star player next to LeBron James and Anthony Davis. His playmaking skills would fit in well alongside the two stars, and he would give them more firepower to contend for a title. The biggest obstacle with landing Ball would be the history of the star with the team. His brother, Lonzo, was drafted by Los Angeles years ago, and the Lakers then traded him. His father, LeVar, has consistently gone against the Lakers organization for trading Lonzo. But LaMelo could always not care and want to play for his hometown squad. LaMelo would fit in well and could help the Lakers have a post-James era star duo with Davis. For the year, LaMelo has averaged 31.0 points, 5.1 rebounds, 6.9 assists, and 1.2 steals per game for the Hornets. Getting a player like LaMelo would take a lot of pressure off James to run the offense. The guard can also get his own shot on the offensive end of the floor, something Los Angeles has been lacking from their players. The trio of LaMelo, Davis, and James would be one of the best in the NBA, and it would put the Lakers directly into the spotlight of title contenders. It would cost a lot for Los Angeles to land LaMelo from Charlotte, but he is the kind of player that the team would sell the farm for. LaMelo is only 23 years old, so he still has a lot of basketball left to go. This is just one way for the Lakers to improve, but if he were to become available, Los Angeles should look to strike. JJ Redick reveals what was funny about Lakers' bounce-back win over Spurs. The Los Angeles Lakers rebounded from back-to-back blowout losses to the Denver Nuggets and Phoenix Suns in NBA Cup play with a commanding 119-101 victory over the San Antonio Spurs on Wednesday night. Head coach JJ Redick, reflecting on the team's performance, shared what he found funny about their response after the tough stretch. "I'm very proud of our group," Redick said post-game on Spectrum Sportsnet. "The response was great, and it's funny because it's literally what I talked with them about before the game, just that you got to let go of the past, you got to let go of the recent past, and you got to get on to the next thing. And like they've done already on several occasions," they responded. The Lakers, now 11-7 on the season, snapped a 3-game losing streak with the win, showcasing improved execution on both ends of the floor. LeBron James recorded his 6th triple-double of the season, contributing 16 points, 11 assists, and 10 rebounds, while also surpassing Tim Duncan for second place on the NBA's all-time wins list. However, Redick emphasized that it was the collective effort, particularly from Anthony Davis, that set the tone for the victory. "I thought our passing, it started with AD," Redick explained. "They were sending bodies to him. We tried getting the ball early to him in his spots to score, and he was picking them apart. He was just a facilitator. He does everything it takes to win every single night." Davis, who tallied 19 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists, adapted to the Spurs' defensive focus on him, facilitating ball movement that led to balanced scoring for the team. Meanwhile, Dalton Knecht chipped in 20 points, and the Lakers' defense held San Antonio to 42.4% shooting from the field. Redick also praised the team's defensive execution, pointing to their use of a 1-to-5 scheme that emphasized physicality and communication. outside of one possession that we played zone coming out of a timeout when they put their bench in at the end of the game, we were in 1-5 red the whole game, Redick said. That was gonna require a lot of physicality and a lot of communication, and I thought our guys executed that to a great level. Lakers news: JJ Redick explains decision to move Dalton Knecht back into starting lineup. The Los Angeles Lakers got back in the win column with a victory over the San Antonio Spurs Wednesday night behind a balanced effort in which 7 players including all 5 starters scored in double figures. Amongst those starters, and the leading scorer on the night, was rookie Dalton Knecht as head coach JJ Redick chose to go back to the sharpshooter in place of Cam Reddish. The result was a 20-point effort from Knecht, knocking down 4 3-pointers to go along with 8 rebounds and 2 steals in the Lakers' 19-point win. Knecht has been far more effective when starting, and with the Lakers coming in on a 3-game losing streak, Redick felt a change was in order. After the win, the Lakers coach spoke on his decision to return Knecht to the starting lineup and the thought that went into it, via Spectrum Sportsnet. "I think sometimes you just gotta look at numbers. We're in constant communication with our analytics group and they're with us during games and on the road. But we recognize that you probably need about 215 minutes to really gain stuff and look at something in terms of lineup data, and we're not there yet with some of these lineups. But we felt like the DK stuff was great and tonight was trying to figure out a way to get a win. Knowing that we were going to be reading 1-5 as the game plan, it just felt like a game that we could get him in there." The sample size with Knecht is admittedly small, but the difference is impossible to ignore. In 6 games as a starter, he is averaging 19.7 points and 5.2 rebounds, while shooting 55% from the field and 48% from three-point range. That is simply something that the Lakers can't afford to not have in the lineup, and he makes it that much more difficult to key in on Anthony Davis and LeBron James, opening up the entire offense. Figuring out the defensive side of the ball will take some work, but right now, the positives outweigh the negatives. Redick will continue to tinker with things and ultimately find the right lineups, but Knecht with the starters seems like a lock for the foreseeable future. 6 trades Lakers must consider before their season slips away. In a series of events surely no one could have seen coming, the same flawed Los Angeles Lakers roster from the 2023-24 season that started 10-7 has started this season 10-7, now 11-7 after beating the San Antonio Spurs, only with a significantly worse point differential. Replacing Darvin Ham with JJ Redick is probably going to wind up a net positive move, but as of right now, as has been the case from the beginning, the idea that a rookie coach would step in and immediately turn last year's mediocre team into anything significantly more than that is insane. Historically, Lakers Vice President of Basketball Operations and General Manager Rob Pelinka would sit back and wait for prices to come down before making a move. Waiting also gives him time to figure out if a team is worth investing in so as to give them a chance at getting over the hump. This season, however, Pelinka may not have that luxury. LA currently sits 6th in the West. Only they and the Phoenix Suns currently hold negative point differentials, though Phoenix's can be explained by Kevin Durant's lengthy absence. They've lost 3 in a row, and if they continue to slide, Pelinka might once again explain an idle trade deadline away with the fact that there's just too much that needs to be done to fix this roster. Could you imagine taking your car to a dealership for an oil change, only to find out they put sand in your engine instead, thus considering your car totaled and telling you that you needed to buy a new car? There are laws against this type of thing, thank goodness, but it's essentially what Pelinka has done on more than one occasion as the lead basketball decision-maker. So, with all that out of the way, let's make some deals that would help either stop this slide the Lakers find themselves in so that they can stay afloat until the deadline, or turn the season back around altogether. To be clear, everyone I've spoken to close to the Lakers has indicated they're going to wait this out until mid-December at the very earliest, when Jonas Valanciunas becomes available for trade, for example. Most likely, as Pelinka told reporters before the season, they'll wait until January after getting a 30-game sample of who this team actually is. New projection has Lakers' J.J. Redick winning prestigious NBA award. Despite bringing back pretty much the same roster as last season, the Los Angeles Lakers have looked much more formidable on the court. The team still has some problems that they will need to address, but Los Angeles has the feeling of a potential playoff contender. Much of this is due to new head coach J.J. Redick as he works through his first-ever head coaching job. Redick was brought in to help maximize the potential of this core group of players, even if they do lack the tools needed to truly contend for a title. Redick has gotten players to fully buy in, and it's showing on the court. Los Angeles will need more all around, but Redick has looked strong so far. In fact, he's looked good enough that some are already including him for a prestigious NBA award honor. Mo Dakhil of Bleacher Report is predicting that Redick will win the Coach of the Year this season. The Coach of the Year race this season will be filled with candidates. Kenny Atkinson, Steve Kerr, and Ime Udoka have strong cases. However, first-time head coach J.J. Redick will be a legitimate candidate to win Coach of the Year. Redick has put the Lakers in a great position, and if this continues, he will win Coach of the Year in his first year as an NBA coach. If Redick were to win the award in his first season on the job, it would be an incredible honor. It would cement the Lakers for making the correct decision over the offseason, since many were critical of the hiring due to his lack of experience. But Redick has combated that notion and taken the challenge of coaching the Lakers head-on. The former NBA guard hasn't allowed the outside noise to take hold of him, and it's showing in how the players respond on the floor. Redick has helped the Lakers stars thrive in his system, especially Anthony Davis. Davis has spoken glowingly of Redick so far. "He's done a good job of putting me in spots to be successful," Davis said of Redick. "My teammates have done a good job of giving me the ball where I'm most comfortable. Obviously they're encouraging me to try to go get it, but I'm still continuously trying to play the right way." If the Lakers keep winning games, Redick will stay as a realistic candidate. So far, they look good, but there is a lot of season left to go. Lakers land star Paul George in blockbuster mock trade proposal. The Los Angeles Lakers are expected to be one of the more active teams across the NBA ahead of the trade deadline. The front office will be trying to put the roster in a better place to find success before the postseason this time around. Where things currently stand, the Lakers can compete in the Western Conference, but they don't have a strong chance of coming out of the loaded conference. Multiple reports have Los Angeles looking into adding a center to bolster their frontcourt depth. But the team could also look to heavily blow things up and bring in another star player to pair alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Clutch Points writer Anthony Irwin proposed a mock trade that would send the Lakers one of the stars from the Philadelphia 76ers. Lakers receive, Paul George. 76ers receive, guard D'Angelo Russell, forward Rui Hachimura, forward Gabe Vincent, forward Cam Reddish, a 2029 first-round pick, and a 2031 first-round draft pick. Trading both draft picks for George would be a massive loss, but adding the multi-time All-Star into the lineup could be worth it. George would give Los Angeles another star to work with and a talented scoring wing who can defend. While his defense isn't what it used to be, George is better than anything that the Lakers currently have. Los Angeles would get its third star and could position themselves better moving forward. Philadelphia has struggled heavily out of the gates, in part due to injury. All three of their star players, including George, have missed time due to injuries, and it's hurt them in the standings. The biggest downside to any George deal would be his injury history. Los Angeles is well aware of it and would likely be a little hesitant to give up so much for him. But in order to maximize their potential with the James Davis pairing, adding someone like George does make sense. It will be up to Lakers general manager Rob Pelinka to weigh the pros and cons of doing a deal like this, but Los Angeles does need some extra firepower. It's unlikely that the 76ers move George this early into his tenure with the team, but weirder things have happened. Philadelphia could see a major move like this as a way out, and the Lakers could be their lifeboat. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Paul George? Leave your opinion in the comments.